Good evening, my friends. Today, I'm gonna be honest. I tried to make this video 5 times, and every time one of the twins starts crying. So if you don't see me, just know that I am here suffering. So we have twins and 3 other kids, and I still have to work. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, but I wanted to get on here, and I want to keep talking about Satan. I don't know where I want to go with it, but I want to make sure that we understand the authority that we have over Satan, the authority that really God has over Satan. And I was speaking about that before, that God is sovereign, and over even Satan. Satan's not out just doing as he pleases. But then again, when I read Revelation, I'm curious if there is going to be a season where, well, I know there will be a season where he's allowed full reign, but I don't believe that's till the Antichrist takes his seat. But Luke 10:18, when did Satan fall? You ever think about that? Like, when did Satan fall? And Jesus says this. He says, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. He says, behold, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. And Jesus is, talking about Satan fell, right? Whatever, this fall encompassed was a fall from God. But when was it? And even if Satan hadn't fallen, I don't think that would have changed God's authority over him. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, whether Satan fell or not, he still would be subject to the Father's authority, to Jesus' authority. I don't know that, he would be subject to us, but that's another debate altogether. So, but I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Now, think about this. When was this? When did Satan fall? Was it in the Garden of Eden? But I would have to say that it was before that. Because Jesus says, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. And, Jesus was the one in the garden with Adam and Eve, and I say that because, it says no man has seen the Father. No man has seen God at any time, right? But people have seen Jesus. People, saw Jesus before he came, while he was a man, after he was a man. People have seen him, but no man's ever seen the Father. So Jesus was the one in the garden with Adam and Eve. Jesus was the one who formed them and breathed life into them. Okay? But so he was the one with Satan in the garden. So he's, when he's speaking about his fall here, not that he, maybe I'm reading too far into it, but this fall from heaven was not at that point, because Jesus was there for that, right? So I think that there was something going on before, and I don't even know what that was. And I know in Revelation it talks about there was war in heaven, but I think that's talking about the time when the Messiah was either born or resurrected. Probably resurrected, I don't know. And then maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. But But Satan's fall was before the garden, and I believe that part of that, the earth was formless and without void, and chaos was covering the face of the deep. You know, I think that maybe I don't know, maybe this earth was a habitation for angels at some point in time until judgment. I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud. I think that the earth, I think that the earth probably had been flooded one time before Noah. It was covered with water, but I don't know. Or maybe that's the way God created it from the beginning. Who knows? Who knows? Lots to think about. But Satan's fall was from before. But Satan, he is not the one in control. Jesus is saying, I give you power to tread on serpents and over all the power of the enemy. Like, we have to believe who we are. We have to be who we are, right? And we can't be worried about Satan. Can't be worried about him. He is who he is, right? But he's the adversary. He's the accuser. He's out to steal, kill, and destroy us. But I believe his fall has to do with us because of jealousy of what God has for us. And that's why he came to the garden, to try and, deceive Eve and get us to die. Because that's steal, kill, and destroy. He wanted us to all die and be cursed. He didn't I don't think he believed that God would redeem men. That's why he definitely didn't know how he would. But anyway, so I'm rambling, and just bear with me. I'm just going to leave this video because I'm sleepless, and yeah, but pray for me. Twins. It's no joke. Later.